Okay, here we are back inside Matrix Gold. I was just trying to help a individual out for another from another group. He was asking on how to go about starting something like this here. So it's got a nice unusual bezel type there at the top, and then it has some stones and then some items here, right? So I thought we'd just go ahead and kind of help Greg out. I think that's his name. And I'm sorry I didn't get this to you sooner, Greg. Just have a little time here, so I thought I'd see if I'm sure you probably already have it done by now, but let's go ahead and show this one. So first of all, of course, you want to get your ring size right. I'm just going to use the default there. We'll take that. We'll go ahead and go to our gems here and do a gem on ring rail. And I'm not sure the height of that. It looks like it might be fairly low. But I'm just going to leave it there for right now. You can adjust everything, no problem. So let's go ahead and keep that there. Before I do that, we want to go ahead and change it to an oval, and your shape looks a little bit odd. So I'm suspecting, I don't know, 3.5 by 4.5. That's kind of an unusual rounded shape there. So I'm thinking maybe 3.5 by 4.5. So let's do that. Let's change it to from a round to an oval. And then we'll drag this one into around a 4.5. 4.5 is it? That looks too small. Like 3.5? I don't know. That's a little too small there. Let's kind of drag that out a little bit back to where it was. It's kind of an odd shape. Oh, that's it. 4.5 by 3.5. Yeah, that's it. Maybe. Hard to say. So let's just go ahead and take that. And now let's go ahead and work on that bezel. So the first thing I do is grab my stone, and we'll just go ahead and go to settings and go to bezel, right? That's what you would normally do anyway. Let's go ahead and drag this down, and we'll go ahead and angle it out some. We can always readjust that anytime, right? And of course, right now it's nowhere close to that shape, right? Let's give it some shading here before we move on. So let's go ahead and grab a different profile. Let's go to something that's got a nice domey thing right there. Let's double click on that puppy. And then let's go into our editor. And the nice thing about Matrix Gold is we can sit here and play around with this all day long, right? So the first thing I think I'm going to do is go ahead and just grab an extra control point and put it up here at the top. And we'll just go ahead and hit enter there. Oh, before I do it, right click, and I'll click there instead of hit enter. So now it's kind of domey on the bottom there, but not our top. So let's drag our top out, something like that. Maybe not that far. Well, we can always, we don't want to do that. Move this thing in a little. And of course, we want to angle that out. But you can see it kind of gives us the shape, right? Of that, your head that you have there. Now I guess you just have to play around with it to find out exactly how much of a domey shape you want. We'll just say this is okay, but you can play around with that to get a better shape if that's what you're looking if that's not what you're looking for, that kind of shape. It kind of looks like it though. Oh, let's drag this one over here. Kind of looks the same for the most part. So let's get rid of this over here, and let's bring back our editor. And let's just go ahead and say that's what we want, so we'll go ahead and hit enter. And then, like I said, I think that's, well, that's kind of deep in there. So let's go back to the editor. Let's drag that down a little bit. Something like that. It looked like it had the little dome around here, and then it goes more domey around there as well. So that's what I'm going with. And if you kind of look at it, it kind of looks like there's a dome here and then the rest of it, right? So something like that. And now you can edit this if you don't want it bumped out so far or whatever. You can play around with that as well, right? But the main thing is to drag it past our ring rail and then hit enter. And you can always go back in there and adjust the height if you don't like that height. Just grab your gemstone and maybe drag it. Ooh, not that. What did I do? Okay, it's back to where it was. The Z offset. drag it down to wherever you're wanting it. And then whenever you get it to where you want it, just go ahead and hit enter, go to your gem cutter or cutters, go to rail, cut to ring rail, and then hit that, and then hit enter, and it'll place it out there, right? So we have something like this going on. All right, so next thing I would do is go ahead and change to our wire frame here. And we want to get those little triangular set. And again, I don't know your gem sizes, but you can just grab a line curve. We'll change this to a yellow layer. I'll make sure my snaps are disabled for right now, but I will turn on my grid snaps. And 0.01 is fine. Now it looks like it's not touching here, but touching here, not touching, touching, not touching. So that's what I'm going to kind of try and do. Let's turn off grid snaps to start. So it doesn't protrude out, but it's pretty close to our edge there, right? So I'll go ahead and click here. Then I'll turn on my grid snaps, and I want to put it right there on my 0.01. It's snapping to 0.0. There we go. Okay, so we can drag it out so where it's just barely touching there, right? But I want it up on my C. Maybe something like that, right? And then to get your other line here, we'll have to turn on grid snaps. Or not grid snaps, O snaps. We'll turn off grid snaps. And we'll bring back that line. And I'm not sure how big your stones are. So that's a 2 point something. We'll just take it to around a 2, something like that. Right? And then I'm just going to take this curve. I'm going to duplicate it from that point there to that point there. And it gives me my little shape there. And it looks like it goes to my line there. So I'll take all yellow. I will go to transform, mirror parametric, right? X direction, not Y. And then go ahead and hit enter, grab all my Y, and we'll join that together. And we'll check it. Close planar closed curve. That's exactly what we want. Okay, so we have our inside ring rail, but now we need to get our outside ring rail, or we could have done it earlier. Doesn't matter. Let's go to tools. Not. Oh my gosh. Not that. Outside ring rail. And we'll drag this up. I don't know. Well, we don't really need to drag it up. Well, we need to find out where we want it, right? So maybe somewhere around here. And then, of course, maybe if you want some extra thickness, I always go to 2.5 by 2.5, but everyone's different. So we want to get our shape out there. We'll hit enter. We'll go ahead and grab this. Well, before we do that, let's just do it step by step. We'll go to curve from 2 views. We'll grab this curve here to project, this to project to, and hit enter. So now we have it at our top and it's at our nice curve there, right? We can bring back that ring rail just by going to 3 dots there and hitting show. Now there's our ring rail back, outside ring rail. Now this, it's, okay, that's the bottom one. This is the group. That means it's top and bottom, right? So we want to go ahead, you can shift control, select the one. I'm just going to go ahead and ungroup them, make it easier if I can select it, ungroup it. Okay, now I'm going to take this curve up here and I'm going to go to solids and I'm going to go to extrude tapered, right? And then I'm going to type in F4. Oh, let's taper it. Did I hit straight maybe? Let's get it back out of that one. Let's go to extrude to a point. I'm sorry, to a point, and then hit F4. And it'll snap it right there into our F4. So we have this out here, right? So let's change that to another layer there. we have that out there. Let's give it some shading so you can kind of see what's going on. And we have it connected right there. And if you want to move that out a little, you should be able to just take this and kind of bump it out a little and it'll update, right? So you can get exactly where you want it to touch if you need to update that or anything, just FYI. Okay, so I'll take that. Now I'll go ahead and grab my outside ring rail, right? Because that's what it's projected to, or right? So all I have to do is kind of drag that out there, grab it, bring it back in, hit OK, and then I'll take this and I will split with this and then hit enter and then get rid of that surface, and now I have that. So I can the only thing is when you go to lay your gems out, you're not going to be able to get your line there real good if you do it this way. You can do it to just put a line there, just maybe duplicate your ring rail or whatever, because you want to keep your original ring rail, and then split with these curves and then use that line and do a 1, 2, it'll give you half and then it'll give you the other half, right? If you want to do it that way, we'll hit enter and we'll take this and join those together. Complete command bit. This and this. Okay, so we got that joined together. Nope, maybe we didn't get those joined together. I don't want to do that. Back. Okay, there. This and this. Join. Check. Always check. Check, and check again. And then we do the same thing with that transform. Go to our, cutters, sorry. Go to our cutters. Select our object, hit enter, and enter and get rid of that. So we have that, right? So there's that. Now you can get your okay. I wonder if you could rebuild that to get that curve out there, but really to get that curve, there's a lot of ways to do it. We could just go to our polyline, or freeform curve as they're calling it now, I guess. Freeform interp curve on surface, right? Select that surface, go to that midpoint, and kind of just draw down there. And then we can do a split from this, split with this, and hit enter. Maybe it split, maybe it didn't. It did, so there we go. We can take that, and we can... Did I get it? There we go. And then go to transform, go to mirror, and again, X direction, not Y. And there it is. And then take that curve, hold down shift, select this one, and hit join. Okay, so we have that. But before you lay out your stones, you definitely don't want it all that sharp, right? So you want to... Let's go ahead and take this curve. Let's turn it to this green here. Let's take all our yellow, turn it to gray, turn it off. Let's go in and clean that up a little bit because I'm sure you don't want those nice pointy edges. So let's go to, well, unless you do. Okay, so go to blend edge, right? And then make sure down here it's previews turned to yes. That's something you definitely want. We'll take that one. We'll take this one. I don't think we'll go ahead and take it. Take that one. Take that one. Take that one. Take this one. Take that one. Take that one. Take that. I'm going to turn this one on. I don't think I really want that one. Deselect that one. I have it set at a 0.3, and we'll just go ahead and hit enter. And we'll hit enter again. Okay. So now we have those filleted. And we have a closed poly surface, so we're good. And it just takes away that little edge. I guess you could have done that on down. But anyway, I would go ahead and probably just go ahead and do that one as well. Might as well, huh? And now we'll go ahead and grab that curve, go to our gems on curve, drag those around into place. I think there were, what, 5? Something like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5. Spacing's a little hinky here, huh? According to our... Well, you got 5, but probably had to make that a little bit larger to get the larger stones out there. So I apologize for that. Again, I don't know how many stones you or what size your gems you're looking at, but you can get it doing something like this. Just maybe have to make that a little larger. And before you do that, you could always just grab that curve and 1D it out a little bit, which would make it longer, right? So there's a lot of ways to do it. So we'll just say that's kind of what we want. We'll go ahead and target our surface to make sure everything's nice and flat there. Maybe bring that in just a little bit more, something like that. And we'll go ahead from girdle to table, snap those down in, and I'm just going to drag them down just a little bit more and hit enter, go to wireframe. Now, you probably will not be able to do a cutter on this. I wouldn't think. It's kind of sharp, but we'll try cutters. Yeah, see, it gets real hinky right there, right? So that's probably not going to work for us. So let's go back to our shaded here. Well, we need to find our, well, we can, before we do that, let's grab, go to our curves, go from object, duplicate edge. We want this edge here, 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 and that edge there. We can probably go ahead and grab that one too. And we could dupe that one as well. Let's just dupe, yeah, we'll dupe them all, why not? Can't hurt. Maybe, we'll find out. Okay, so we duped those edges. We'll go ahead and hit enter. And we'll join those together. Okay. And now let's try, I mean, it's right on that edge. I don't know. We'll probably have to take it off that edge because we did the fillet, but let's find out. Let's go to our surface and do a push-pull and select our surface. Yeah, it works. Cool. And there you go. And it looks like they're up a little bit. So it's a half. So let's take it up. Take it down. There we go. What is it? 0.3. So something like that, right? Go ahead and hit enter. Get rid of that green. Turn it to gray. Grab your stones. Go to prong settings. And put your prongs on there. Oh, that looks cool. And kind of do a nudge. And of course, drag them up. Go to our ends. Turn on our ends. And we'll just keep them mirrored. Actually, let's go ahead and change them. They're small, so let's go to 1 prong on each side. How's that? And we'll bump that one up. And we'll bump that one up. And hit enter. And maybe that one's a little off there, perhaps. So just go back to your gems, and you can kind of remove them around to wherever you like them. Just pinch more. There we go. Something like that, perhaps. You know, you can lay out your prongs. If you don't like the way those prongs are, you could just go ahead and add your own prongs. So there's that. Okay, and we'll keep that a different color so we know it's not attached yet. All right. Yeah. All right, and now for our shank, right? For our shank, I just grab one, ring row, and just go to a profile. And you can just go to your library, and maybe it looks kind of something like this. I'm not really sure how you want it, but you can do it this way. And we don't want it there. We want it over here. And it looks like there's a little gap. I can't tell if that's a little gap there or not, or if it's just the edge. So we'll just say that there's a little gap there, but if not, just bring it in, right? So we'll put it there. I'm not going to take it to my outside ring row because we don't want it up to the top there, right? I am going to take this in. We'll say it's a 2. So we'll just go to 2, and then I'll drag it up to wherever I think that the height I want it, right? You know, again, I'm not really exactly sure. And we'll go ahead and we will place one down here at the mid, and we'll keep that one the same, except maybe the 2.7, that's a little high, so let's take it down to the 2.5. All right, so something like that, right? And let's see, we'll enter, we'll go to surface 1. We'll go from here to here to here, hit enter. And this one we'll go ahead and drag into our surface, right? And this one down here we don't want, so mirror cap, no. We'll keep, oh, wrong mirror, no, and then turn off our second one. So keep that one open. You don't have to, I guess, but you can just boolean them later if you want to. I will go ahead and hit enter. Now we'll go back and we'll grab that ring rail again. We'll go back to our tools, back to our profile placer, go to our library, grab that same ring rail, right? And then this time we'll bring this one down, and from our side view, we'll, oh, no, we'll drag it out, and we want to, I'll put it at a 2 as well, right? And actually it doesn't matter at this point just yet, but we want to go ahead and snap another one down here, and we'll want to drag that one out. Now we can manipulate these at any time after we do this sweep. So let's just go ahead and find out where it's at right now. Sweep 1, our ring rail there, our item here and our item here, and hit enter. Now this one needs to go in, right? Well, we probably want, we'll keep it capped. We'll uncap this one down here. So mirror off, second one gone. For right now, well, maybe we should have left those on because we could boolean these together and just do it all at once. So that's probably, we'll go ahead and turn it back on. Why not? All right, and we'll turn that other one on here in a second. But let's go ahead and hit enter. Let's grab this profile here. I want that profile. I want that profile. And go to profile editor. Let's move that one on in. There we go. And then we'll come down here and go ahead and just turn that mirror back on. Mirror profile. There we go. Oh, no, not mirror profile. Oh, we're at the profile. Sorry, we went to sweep. So we'll go ahead and hit enter. We'll go to this one and turn that mirror on here. Mirror cap. There we go. Ooh, that's a big old cap. It doesn't matter. We'll take it. And then we can kind of look at it, see, okay, my height's a little off, so we'll need to adjust, not that. Go to my wireframe, select this one here, go ahead and go back and go to edit. And we want to, I think that, I can't remember what it was, but we can drag that up to where we want it. We can bump it in if we want it a little closer. And then this one down here, same thing. I think you have it tapered, so you want to bump that one in more, right? So that it kind of tapers down. So we got something like this. Let's go ahead and take that, and we'll go to transform and parametric mirror. Over to our X direction, not our Y. Hit enter, and now you can go back and make final adjustments on everything if you want it more tapered, right? Something like that, wherever you want those profiles to go. And it's got that taper now. And you can bump those out if you want those more tapered. We'll go ahead and hit enter on this, and I will go back to my wireframe. I'm going to check this one here real quick. Go to editor. I want this top one here. 2, it's a 2, yeah. So you can play around with those wherever you want them. Yeah, that looks pretty close. Yeah, there we go. All right, so you have it there. The only thing is to do your Boolean work. We have them all. Okay. Check your, check, right? Fine tuning everything before you start doing all the Boolean work. We'll go ahead, click on this one. I think it was a 2.5 down here, so I'm going to hold down Shift and bump it to 2.5, and there you go. There those are. So they're all down there. Now, it's just doing the Boolean, like I said, and you're good to go. Put your cutter in there. Take these. Well, if you want to Boolean them, go ahead, solids, Boolean union. We'll take the center one, enter, and then this one, and hit enter. And it exploded, so let's back. Let's right click again, select our center one, enter. Let's take this one, enter, see if it works. No, okay, so we're gonna have to adjust something. Probably our end down here. So let's go back and grab this one. They're sharing all the same plane, right? So let's go ahead and edit this one just slightly. Let's move that just out just a little, something like that. That should take care of it. Let's find out. Boolean union, this one enter, this one enter. No. Well, let's check, make sure they're solids, because I didn't do that. Closed. Closed. Open. Oh, okay, because I didn't cap that one. Well, there you go. So I'll take this and I'll just hide it real quick. I didn't cap this one. My bad. No. We want the sweep edit. And mirror cap. Mirror cap. That one's out too far, so unmirror cap. Let's go ahead and end dome. And we'll just take it that. And now let's bring back this one. And we'll see if we can. Okay, let's check. Closed. 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 Okay. Boolean union. This one enter. This one enter. What? Okay, so. Alright. So we'll just. Well, they're not shared. No, that's not going to work either. Huh. Well, doesn't want a Boolean for me for some reason. Which is kind of strange. They're not shared there. Let's go ahead and take all this and just hide it for a second. I mean, I'm not really worried about it because, yeah, see, they're not there. They're sharing that plane, but I mean, it's not that big of a deal. I wouldn't think. I don't want to have to do this part. Well, the easiest way is just to select those three. Well, the best way would be to go to your surface and grab a plane, since I put all those things out there now. And then grab those three, minus our ring rail, of course, and then split with this here, and then hit enter. So it gets rid of all that, and so we can select all this down here, and we can delete it, right? And then we can take this one, and this one, and transform, mirror in our Y direction. That's not in our center. Oh, please. Oh, okay. I'm just kind of freaking out here. Go ahead and select this too. This, and then mirror it, and then hit enter. Okay, there we go. And the easiest, after you do your cuts, of course, right there, and if you wanted to, you could hollow that out. And you could hollow that ring out, right? Go ahead and take those. Go ahead and join them together now, right? And then the easiest way is to go ahead and just get rid of your gemstones. After you've made your cuts, go ahead and get rid of all your items there. And then just go ahead and get rid of your ring rail. And actually go here and just select all curves and hide them for, right? Let's go ahead and get those cuts, might as well. Cutters. I don't want those. Cutters, there we go. And we definitely don't want to drop them all the way down in there. So let's go to our wire, set it up however. Maybe something like that, hit enter, select them, go to mirror parametric, hit enter, take this closed poly surface, this closed poly surface, go to solids, Boolean difference with these and these, hit enter, give it a second, get those cuts, and then enter, make sure we only got one out there. Let's ungroup those just to make sure. Closed, closed, and those were mirrored. So now go ahead and just hide all your stones. And we have those cuts, and then take it and go to manufacturing, mesh repair, and wait. Since the only reason why I'm doing mesh repair is because the Boolean was giving me problems and I didn't want to sit there and try and figure it all out. I guess. So I'll hit enter, and now we have our mesh here, right? Let's go ahead and select our mesh. Let's grab one of them. Let's grab our mesh. We'll change it to this color here and turn it off. We'll go ahead and hide all this, bring back our mesh, turn it to green, and there you go. There's your item. I mean, it looks like it's because it's low quality, but there you go. It's kind of it'll print fine, trust me. And then you can, if you wanted to, you could have hollowed it out, you know, made that bezel a little bit thinner or whatever. But there you kind of are. Hopefully that's kind of what you're looking for. And if we bring back our gemstones and bring back our picture, pretty close, huh? So hopefully that'll help you out, and if it does, please check out my other content. And then we did taper it on the sides there, you know, some. So hopefully that'll kind of give you an idea of what you can do. You know, you didn't have to do the flow or anything and distort anything. It's just all curved from two views and then normal sweeping stuff. The only maybe thing you'll have to spend a little time on is doing that bezel exactly the way you want it. So thanks for watching. Let me know if it helps, and good designing.